It's an honor for me to be up here, and I get to share a topic called Phase 1, which I truly believe that is one of the most important categories in our business. Because in our business, obviously, building a momentum and building an organization that could acquire a lot of customers, where you and I could build a long-term residual income that we could get paid for month after month after month and hand it down generation after generation, truly is the reason why we're doing ACN. So I want to talk a little bit about 4 different phases of building a team, the momentum stages we go through. And the first phase we call is Phase 1, and that's what we're going to be most talking about today. But Phase 1, what is Phase 1? Phase 1 simply means actively recruiting new representatives, going out there and building a team. And I believe that is the only way to create a massive momentum in your organization. Every single day going out there and meeting people, sharing this opportunity with people, that's how we create momentum. And we're going to be talking in details about exactly how we could do that as well. And second phase that a lot of people, including myself, so many times we have gone through, it's Phase 2, and it's called managing existing representatives. And the little problem with Phase 2 is it starts to decrease the momentum we have created by being in Phase 1. And the third phase some people go through, it's called overseeing the managers. Now you have managers who are in Phase 2 and you're just watching them, and problem with that is it completely destroys the momentum. And let me ask you a question. How many of us in this room rather have a big momentum than no momentum? Probably everybody in the room. And the great news is every single one of us in this room, doesn't matter if we're brand new in the business or if we're senior vice president or regional vice president, you and I are completely in control of the momentum of our organization. And we're going to be talking about that a little further as well. And Phase 4 is something none of us in this room should ever even get close to. It's called overseeing the overseers. Now you're watching people who's in Phase 3, and now we're not in contact with the new representatives. And we're going to be talking about how important it is to stay in Phase 1 and how we could effectively stay in Phase 1. And I remember when I first got started in the business, especially coming from a background where I didn't know anything about business. And I know we have a lot of people here for the first time at an international convention. I'm meeting for the first time. So I'll just briefly tell you my background. Just like Mr. Tony Cupid said, 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, we moved to Las Vegas. My family packed our bags and we moved to America because, we were looking for an opportunity. America is known as what? Land of what? Opportunity, right? So my parents thought if we could just move to America, we'll have a better opportunity for educations or jobs or business opportunities. So we moved to the best city in America for education, Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's a joke, by the way. Okay. And, somehow we ended up in Las Vegas. My parents got in a small dry cleaning business, and I was just going to school, and I didn't really do well in school. What happened was about 5-6 years ago, I was just getting started in college, and I was working at Starbucks, making about $8.50 an hour. And I remember at the time getting introduced to network marketing and being so excited. And I got so excited about the idea of concept of network marketing and saw the presentation in an apartment room with literally 4 people in the room. And I didn't understand a thing that was going on, but numbers definitely made sense. Thank God for all worldwide using the same number system. And, and I got started in that business that day. And my first company, even though I only made $300 after 9-10 months being in the business, I still believed in the system of network marketing. And from there, I was searching for the right company, and thank God that I got introduced to ACN 3.5 years ago. But the reason I want to share my background with you is to let you know that when I got started, the reason that I didn't make money in that company and only made $300 after 9 months in my first company, it's because I didn't understand the 4 different phases of momentum. Because as soon as I got a representative, all I wanted to do at the time was to just watch them and manage them and oversee them grow instead of going out there and staying in Phase 1. And after getting started in ACN and being mentored by the owners of ACN and all the leaders in ACN, I realized how important it is to believe in the system. And if you truly believe in the system, it is almost impossible for us to not stay in phase one. And I want to talk about an attitude and a philosophy called Bae philosophy that was taught to me 3.5 years ago. My mentor, Mr. Timmer, set me down and said, Danny, it is so important for you to have a phase one Bae attitude. I said, what is Bae? He said, B, the first letter B stands for belief. He said, you got to truly believe in the company. You got to truly believe that ACN is the greatest opportunity on the planet. And I don't think any of us in this room this weekend is going to have any problem believing and understanding and truly knowing that ACN truly is the greatest opportunity on the planet. How many of you guys could agree with that? Now, and Mr. Timmer said, take a look at the economy right now. You know, I mean, people need ACN more than ever before. I mean, just taking a look at what's going on, past 5 years, how many of you guys could agree with me that gas prices has almost tripled up in past 5 years? Think about this, past 5 years, how many of you guys could agree with me that apartment rents or house payments have almost doubled up in past 5 years? The question is, how many of our friends and families' income has doubled up or tripled up in past 5 years? And 5 years ago, they were living paycheck to paycheck. And now, with all the expenses just to live, just to survive, it's costing twice and 3 times as much. People need this opportunity more than ever before. And if we truly believe that, it's almost impossible for us to not stay in phase one. Not just to make the money, but as an obligation to really share this opportunity with people. Now afterwards, it's so important for us to understand and believe in the leadership of the company, products and services ACN offers. I mean, what are great announcements? I mean, how many of you guys are enjoying the ACN wireless services out there? How about video phones? How about digital phone service? And how about Canada DSL and VoIP bundle services that's coming out? I mean, ACN truly has the greatest products out there in the greatest and the most profitable, in my opinion, industry in the world, which is telecommunications. Now, once we believe in something, it gets us excited, enthusiasm. You know, last 4 letters of enthusiasm, IASM, I believe, stands for I am sold myself. See, once we believe in something, we're going to be excited about ACN. You know, you see some of the leaders that's, that's already been in ACN for a while, or even the people that's just getting started, but they're potential leaders, future leaders of ACN. You know, every single morning they're excited. Why? Because they truly believe. I want you guys to think about your dream car, whatever it could be. Maybe a Mercedes, maybe BMW, maybe a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentleys, Rolls Royce, whatever it is. Whatever your dream car is, what if you knew for a fact in the next 180 days you could have that car in your garage? What if you knew for a fact and you knew 100%, you believe that you will have that car in your garage in the next 180 days? How many of you guys will be excited to wake up every morning for the next 180 days until you get the car? Everybody would. See, once you believe in something, it's impossible to not be excited. One of my main reasons for getting started in ACN was to retire my parents. You know, I saw them giving up everything they had when we left Korea to come to America just for me and my brother to have a better opportunity. So, you know, and they struggle, they still don't speak great English, and I saw them having such a hard time waking up 6 a.m. in the morning, working every single day, and only having 5 days off every single year. I thought to myself, I got to do everything to retire them. The question is, whatever your motivations are, if you knew for a fact that it was going to happen, you know, how could we not be excited about this opportunity? And my parents, we retired them last year at the end of June. So now, exactly 12 months, my parents have not worked one day. And I promise you guys, because of ACN, my family will never have to worry about money ever again in their lifetime. And that was my motivation. I knew that every customer I was getting, every representative I was introducing, I knew that it has something to do with my parents retiring. And that's why it got me excited every single morning. Now, once we get excited, we could go out and take action. You know, we go take action. You know, everybody say action. Just like Mr. Donald Trump said in the DVD, you know, I'm successful. You got to